Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the very shaky, because I moved my leg, Neurotic Nourishment Podcast. So I have two special guests with me today. Why, you may ask? Two reasons. One, I didn't have a guest scheduled. I've had a lot of other things going on. And two, drama queen. And two, I got tired of arguing with stupid people on Facebook, and something occurred to me. I was like, I wonder if my children are smarter than the average adult. There used to be a show, by the way, named Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Oh, I know that. You played it in my class this year.
Of course you did, because that's largely what you did this year. Play games and do preschool homework assignments. Got the preschool ones right. So,
Hopefully.
I'm sure she did. So I devised a bunch of questions. Some of them I know, they know. I warned them of like the first three. Then we're going to move on to some true and false. And then we are going to do a little bit of education. And I am bribing my kids to do this with me. Please don't touch that. Because that is how we all know how to handle kids in a pandemic. What, you're going to complain you didn't get a bribe?
No, I'll get one. The tea is spilled.
Spill the tea, baby. Okay, you will not fight over who answers. You guys will both get chances. There are a lot of questions. Normally I was going to have you like ring a buzzer, except for the fact that every time we do this, the camera shakes. So instead, I am simply going to ask you to raise your hand and be polite.
Or what if we just do her, me?
Fine, that's a much better idea. I like your brilliance. Okay, question.
How about you go first? Okay.
Question number one, what is a pandemic?
A pandemic is when you're stuck inside because there's something going on outside that keeps you inside.
So that is
for your own safety.
For your own safety is key. So what you just described is a quarantine. It is the pandemic that's kept us in. Lexi, what is a pandemic?
A pandemic is a virus or something spreading and that's contagious and you can die of.
And do you know where the word pan comes from?
Nope.
A pan?
Close. Pan means all. And demic, it basically means that this is a virus that has spread all over the world.
Oh!
Wow.
Nice job.
Yummy!
What are germs?
Germs are, I would say, living creatures like bacteria. They get into your body and they can make you very sick.
Good job. How do we stop germs?
By washing your hands daily.
What else?
Trying not to touch a lot of surfaces.
What's that stuff Daddy's like obsessed with hoarding?
Oh, hand sanitizer.
Can I add?
Yes.
And drinking your daily dose of Clorox.
No, I'll call on you when that question comes. Is there another way we can stop germs from spreading during this particular pandemic?
Wear a mask and gloves.
Say it louder.
Wear a mask and gloves.
Wear a mask. And question, where is the mask supposed to cover on your face?
Your mouth and your nose.
Good job. Does it count if it's only covering your mouth?
No.
Does it count if it's only covering your nose?
Definitely.
Does it count if it's covering your eyes and your nose?
No.
And in fact, that is likely to lead to disaster.
My question?
Sure. What will happen as we continue?
Wait, no, isn't that hunters?
I don't
Just
really
keep
care.
going.
No, I want it to be hunters.
Okay. Many states have begun to stop social distancing, whether it be because the state says it's okay or because people are just over it. What will happen when and as we stop social distancing, Hunter?
A lot of people will get the coronavirus.
And then what will happen?
People will get sick.
And then?
Some people may die.
Right. So as we stop social distancing, as we refuse to wear our masks, the end result will be?
Death.
Bad. I'll go for bad.
Catastrophic.
Victor?
Catastrophic. This is an important one. Many people feel that we have needed to reopen because of the economy. Alexis, who, by the way, just yesterday said that her future career goal is to be an assassin. So it is with great trepidation. Do you know what trepidation means? Hesitation. That I ask Alexis this question. But Alexis, what is more important in the long run, money or life?
Well, Dr. Lindsay Gleisner, I think that life is more important. People don't realize this, but they have a lot to live for. Like, you have family. Yes, you make money, but it's not the thing you live for. Even if you don't have a lot of money, or you're poor, or you're homeless, you still can be grateful for your family and friends.
Okay, so as far as the decision, don't touch the table. Every time we get the table, we get people nauseous. So as far as the decision that we had to open because of the economy, what does that mean exactly?
What do you mean?
Well,
Yeah.
it means that that the economy isn't doing so well,
We know that.
and they need to open for the economy to get better
And the reason they made this decision is?
for businesses.
So what did they prioritize?
Money over life.
There you go. You keep sneaking out of the frame with that cute picture. Cute face, I want you in the picture. Where are you going? Okay. This will be I can't kill you on camera, it's a thing. Guys, it's gonna get tough. I am going to ask them some true or false questions that many of you adults have also struggled with. Ready? Hunter, true or false? Masks are a liberal plot to make Trump look bad.
False.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Because everyone wears masks.
Well,
And everyone looks bad in them.
but maybe everyone is wearing masks to make Trump look bad.
No,
How do you know?
because we're doing it for safety.
Because masks prevent germs. Gotcha. Lexi, true or false? Masks are unconstitutional.
What is unconstitutional?
That's a good question.
Not follow, not
Masks violate our civil rights.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I want to pass on this question.
Yeah, give it a go.
they're not
Do
non-constitutional.
you know why?
Yeah, because we're just doing it to protect ourselves, and it's our choice.
It's not our choice. Actually, during the state of emergency, the only thing that you maintain your, constitutional right to is your right to congregate. And although that has been limited in the pandemic, it is because we want to.
Be safe.
Exactly. Also, your right to religious freedom. And what did I say? And your right to, I want to say, bear arms. Oh, and your right to life. So you get to live, you get to congregate safely, you can have your religious freedom, but you still have to wear a mask. It is not unconstitutional. Okay, this one's going to be tough. The job of the media is to support the president and agree with whatever he says.
Oh, big words.
The
Can
job.
you read that, please?
Yes. Don't, please stop. I can't beat you on camera. The job of the newspaper, the television, all the news reporters is to support whatever the president says, not question his directives or belief, and in fact, essentially act as a public relations team.
I'm gonna go with false.
You're gonna go with false. What do you think, Hunter?
I think it's true on some aspects, but false on most aspects.
And why is it false?
I know.
Yes.
Because TV is to fill you in on that juicy gossip.
Right.
And it's not always to support the president, because sometimes the president isn't speaking. If you think about it, sometimes it shows crises, breaking news,
Yeah.
hurricane warnings.
There's also the fact that sometimes the president can't manage to drink a cup of water. And sometimes the president says things that are not true. For example, next. Lexi already ruined this one. But true or false? Eating or drinking Lysol or bleach prevents or cures COVID?
Prevent. Wait, no.
It's a
no.
true or false question.
False.
You're about to get kicked out of this panel.
Well,
False. So if and when,
no, actually, it cleans your body, but you shouldn't drink it.
well, it cleans your body, but you die.
Yeah.
At least you'll die clean.
You'll die clean. So, referring to the last question, if and when the president were to and has said, perhaps we could try drinking Lysol or bleach, should the job of the media to be like, that a boy, you got it?
No.
No.
Definitely not.
Next question. During the pandemic, we actually found proof of a UFO, which is an unidentified flying object, also known as an alien.
False.
False.
It's actually true. But none of us noticed because we were too busy trying not to die. Yep, true. Knew I get them on that one.
You know that.
Oh, I read the news, not the
You read the
president's PR reports. I read the news. Yeah, I read the news.
News.
News. Next question. Number 6, I'm over social distancing, so I don't have to do it anymore, and my decision only affects me. True or false?
You're not social distancing.
It's a question.
Can you read that question again?
Yes.
Oh my God, Alex.
Number 6, I'm over social distancing. I am just effing over it. So I'm not doing it anymore. It's my decision, my body, and my decision only affects me.
That's actually true. You make your own decision. The president isn't not telling you what to do. You can, he's not telling you what to do. If you were just to go walking on the street without a mask.
I highly disagree.
Oh, and tell us why.
It does affect you not social distancing because you could catch corona from someone who.
But isn't that my business if I want to catch corona?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I
But
was saying.
it's your business, but then you're gonna spread it on to the next person and the next person and the next person.
I object.
You're
Okay,
wrong.
well, that's true.
So, just because I'm over social distancing doesn't give me the right to stop. It doesn't give me the right to refuse to wear a mask. And it also is selfish and sucky and dumb. Next question, and this one I'm gonna have to throw it to Elexis because Hunter already knows it, I believe. There was a woman who was in a store, and when they refused to let her go into the store because she was not wearing a mask, she pulled down her pants and peed on the floor. True or false?
True.
True. People are fucking crazy. Wear a mask. Whatever. Wear a mask.
Just wear the mask. It's easier than peeing on the floor.
It's much easier.
Much easier.
Also, probably she didn't have toilet paper with her, and then so she's got walking around with stuff. Yeah. It's disgusting. Number 7. The only reason they made us stay in quarantine for so long was to take money away from small business and give it to Trump's big business friends.
What? No. Definitely false.
So why would they make us stay in quarantine for so long?
So we're healthy. So we stay healthy.
Here's my guess. So Trump has people to lead.
Trump has less people to lead because the more people die.
Yeah, it was a guess.
It's so we stay healthy. It's so other people stay healthy. It's so older people stay healthy. It's so people with immunocompromised systems stay healthy. It's so all these people stay healthy. That's why it was not because of Trump and his horrible friends. Number 8, children don't get COVID.
Okay, that is 100% false. Children do, but they have a less chance of dying from it.
Excellent. Alexi, you finally got one right. Thank God. Number 9, when Trump became president, he fired a third of the scientists and staff who had been spent years planning for emergencies such as this one.
True.
Nice job.
That was my question.
Number 10, during these quarantine, an asteroid, a quarter of a mile long, almost hit New York City.
I'm gonna guess that's false.
No, it's true.
It's true too. We forgot about that too. We were too busy arguing over protesters and masks and hand washing and peeing in the middle of the stores. We totally missed that one. Number 11, COVID is just like the flu. It's no different.
That's not true.
False.
Good job, guys. In fact, if you look at the flu season, which we can equate to the COVID season because they sort of overlap, and also that's the way scientists like to make things even. This year, 32 million people got the flu and 18,000 died from it. 32 million got COVID and 100. I'm messing this up. Okay, this year, 32 million got the flu and 18,000 died. 4.5 million got the flu and 150,000 died. So 18, how many times does 18 go into 150?
18.
At least 7. At least 7 times as many people died from this virus that is just like the flu. Also, you all should know, if you don't already, I don't math. Nonetheless, we get the flu, we recover. We get corona, 7 times as likely to die. That brings us to the end of our true-false section. I'm so glad I'm amusing you. Please wait. Does anyone know what a conspiracy theory is?
Yes, it's a false theory. Well, it's like a guess at what's going on. That's most likely false.
Interesting.
Also, Alexis, stop dropping hints from a TV show. From TV shows. I already did that once.
I don't know what you're talking about. Are you familiar with the term conspiracy theory?
Yep.
Okay, so there is a place in New Mexico called Roswell, New Mexico. And for many, many years, it has been known as Area 51. And people all around the world are convinced that that is where they keep the bodies of dead aliens. I don't know that it's not true. We did find a UFO, but the point is, people believe in something that lacks factual evidence. Another popular one is who shot JFK. JFK was a president, and someone shot him while he was like on a parade. It's called a motorcade, but you don't care. And
Wasn't that Abraham Lincoln?
Abraham Lincoln was also shot, but we know who.
Oh, John.
By the way, let's just point something out.
John
That's what happens when you miss a 3rd grade education. John Wilkes Booth. Another conspiracy theory is that most assassins have 3 names. John Wilkes Booth, like they go by their 3 names. It's a popular assassination theory. Regarding conspiracy theories, because I think we can agree that some people definitely think that there was some conspiracy theories pertaining to COVID. So, what did you just think?
Oh my God.
About what?
I've seen those theories.
So say something.
They're ridiculous.
Like what? Give me another one.
Like the government just did this so they could like I don't remember exactly, but it was like ruin something.
Yeah, one was that they're just doing this to take away our rights and slowly gain control over us.
Oh, like they ate snake and that's
Sure, sort of, but more like
Oh, it does.
More like conspiracy theory. There is no COVID, or the government actually made the COVID virus and messed it up, and it was meant to be used as an agency of terrorism to kill our enemies, and then it was accidentally released into the world, and that's why we're all dying, which, by the way, is the plot of like 8 billion movies. It's an interesting plot, but it seems rather unlikely in this case, although who knows, it's sort of as unlikely as her snake theory. So a conspiracy theory. Now, some people tend to believe in conspiracy theories more than others. People who believe in conspiracy theories more have a desire for control. Hunter, do you know a little bit about Greek mythology, correct?
I know a lot of it.
And what was the reason that the Greeks made up all these stories?
To like give their gods like power, sort of. Like have people believe in their gods.
Maybe. Lexi, you got anything better?
No.
The reason the Greeks made up stories about the gods was to explain things that they could not control. Did I just break your heart?
No.
Good. So a desire for control, a greater sense of security.
I'm gonna cry in the closet for half an hour.
Okay.
Later.
Or
So just be right.
fine. Or a positive group or self-image. If you notice regarding COVID, the first 3 to 5 weeks, we were all gung-ho, like, thank you to our essential workers. Thank you to, our police officers protecting us. Thank you. And then we got tired, we got pissed, we started feeling scared as the numbers started going up, and so the conspiracy theory started. Now, a conspiracy theorist is very likely to sound like he or she or he knows exactly what they're talking about. Do they?
No.
No. In fact, there are certain traits that people who believe in conspiracy theorists tend to have. Conspiracy theorists tend to have deficits in executive functioning. Do you know what an executive functioning is?
Yeah, like your function.
Great job. Executive functioning is your ability to multitask, to do many things at once. ADHD adult woman here.
I have no ability to do that.
ADHD adult woman here. It's very difficult for me to concentrate on several different tasks. Also to math, because I cannot focus my attention. I would probably make a good conspiracy theorist if not for this little thing up here.
What thing?
Brain. Conspiracy theorists tend to have something called schizotypy. It's sort of like schizophrenia, but not just quite. They're more likely than non-believers to judge statements that don't make sense as being really deep and profound. They also have, they're more likely to say that non-human objects like triangles on a moving computer screen or acting in an intentional manner, you can stop, and you will. They're impulsive, they are non-conformists, they infer negative meaning where others do not. For example, Elexis is dancing because she's bored and likes to dance and sing.
No, because I can't stop moving.
And I would say Elexis is dancing to sabotage and take advantage of this podcast.
No, I'm not. Meanie.
No, I'm not. I totally am. That's her.
They are also more likely, Hunter, can you do me a favor? Can you get me the computer charger? They're also more likely to be we went through impulsive, nonconformity, hallucinate, superstition, delusions. Let's see, what else? Often they are hyper-nationalists, i.e. super big into promoting the world, or religious fundamentalists. Got it? And now you just gotta find a plug. Thank you. Conspiracy theorists are, people are highly coordinated with defense mechanisms against unconscious impulses and paranoia. and narcissistic personality disorder. Oh, look how much prettier the screen got now. And borderline personality disorder, which means essentially, you know, all those people that aren't wearing masks? Do you think maybe they are? Shh, don't tell. They'll hear us talking about it. Everyone.
How?
You mean how? The government's always listening.
Okay then.
Oh my God. I can't believe you didn't know that. Everyone go get your tinfoil hats and put them on.
I'm secretly part of the government.
Well, that is a conspiracy that I did not see coming.
Yes.
So now it seems time to talk a little bit about the big decision we all have to make. Ready?
Yes.
School's back for some of us. Right. It's a song, I'll sing it to you later. We just recently got an email from our school district, and the email proposed 3 equally garbage options, totally poorly thought out. And we all have like 3 days to put down our answers.
We do. We have less than a week.
Less than a week, right. So the first option is in-person schooling. And this can only occur, well, first of all, masks will be worn for most of the time. They will be staying in the same room. This will only occur if we can manage to get enough barriers, plastic barriers, to go around each child's desk. Yeah, I'm not kidding. The desks also have to be a certain amount of feet apart. 6 feet apart. Masks, what else is unrealistic? Oh, if you don't answer the questionnaire on time, you're automatically put into full schooling. And if they don't get enough barriers on time, they're automatically not offering full schooling. So I like to call this the school's riddle of the Sphinx. It's their way of saying, we tried, we offered, but we couldn't get enough barriers. Because if we couldn't get enough fucking ventilators, sorry, we're not gonna be able to get enough barriers for many, many more children. There's a lot of children. We should have less children, maybe. Who knows? So one of the pros for going back to school is, anyone?
Well, you get to see your friends.
You do get to see your friends, and but only from 6 feet apart and through plastic.
Still, it's better than not
Hi.
seeing them.
Is that you, Jerome? Oh, can't see.
That is another problem. You may not recognize your friends when you see them, but you'll get to see them.
Who are you? Who is that?
Yeah, they've actually at a local nursery school, they've discussed the fact that they may have a problem at the end of the school day dismissing the child to the right person because everyone will be wearing masks, which is really funny. So kidnappers, this is your time. Time to shine. One of the biggest arguments has been that it's unhealthy for our kids not to be in school and socialize. Social isolation. So last night I spent 3 hours looking up the negatives of social isolation, and there are a lot of them. Most of them come from research on children who were in orphanages, and like they were there up until 7 years old. They had great trouble developing social skills later in life. They thought it was because there wasn't a lot of social interaction. Also, the other one besides the orphanage was, I must have wrote it in a different book. Could you stop yawning and pretend I'm not boring? The other one, yeah, orphanages. Oh, also children with long-term illness.
Sorry.
You're just being a bee.
No, when you say it.
Children with long-term illnesses who are forced to be out of school. The one thing that this latter article said is, fortunately, these kids were able to interact with their friends through
FaceTime.
social media. There's another study that says that children are more likely to be depressed if they lack a very good friend, and the more friends they have, the less likely they are to develop serious mental illnesses. But again, no, all of these are judging not social isolation, but physical isolation, right?
Yeah.
So physical isolation is what happens when you put a prisoner in solitary, I know you want to be a prisoner, in solitary confinement. And there are now laws as to how long you can leave someone in solitary confinement because, in fact, physical isolation is very bad. Why do you think we send you guys to your rooms for timeout? It's a punishment, but it's a short-lived punishment. When we are talking about all the social ramifications that our children will have as a result of not going back to school, we are making a mistake because stop kicking the desk.
You just made a jiggle and hit me.
I'll make you jiggle. What's our mistake in talking about the negatives of not sending kids to school in social isolation?
We need to be out so parents can
Well,
have a good time.
That I will give you. But is social isolation physical isolation?
No.
Have you made friends during the summer that you did not have before from taking classes online?
Yes. But I also had friends at camp.
Yes, right.
If you're listening, guys, I miss you.
She does miss you. You stand and peace. What do we do? Like something kisses or peace. It's unhealthy for our kids not to be in school. They will not develop the proper social skills. What are social skills and how can we improve them? Well, fun fact, you can teach your children social skills. Social skills include taking turns, knowing how to enter a conversation where other people are already present, knowing how to meet new people, and reading other people's nonverbal or facial cues. When you guys take classes on OutSchool, do you have to do all these things?
No.
Really? You don't?
I mean, sometimes.
You know the teacher's pissed when you're making funny faces behind her back by the look on her face, correct?
Yeah.
Well, that's a way to improve social skills. Hunter, please stop. You're entering a room and meeting new people, and if the teacher asks you a question, for example, Lexi, this morning you had to wait your turn to answer, and did you?
No.
Wait, my turn for answer.
Which sleeve you liked better?
All right.
And she did. And so, in fact, these social skills that we are so fond of, talking about how horrible it is that our children will not get them, can be taught online as well as in person. Here's one big complaint. But the kids will fall behind. Let me tell you something. First of all, when it's a pandemic or universal, they're either all going to be stupid or none of them are going to be stupid. All going to be stupid or none of them. None of them are going to be stupid, but they're either all going to fall behind or all going to get improved. And whatever it is, the playing field is going to even out. Also, for the record, I am a doctor, a writer, a blogger, a podcaster, kind of a badass, like smart mom, except that I actually thought my kids would be patient through this.
She takes after me.
She takes after
I'm
me.
not sure how that happened.
Anyways, I have to tell you, I spent most of 3rd and 4th grade putting Elmer's glue on my hands during class and like waiting for it to dry and then taking great pleasure in peeling it off. And I failed 4th grade math, long division. There you go.
I love doing that.
I do
love
too.
feeling that.
I know, and yet I'm pretty darn smart and I've gotten pretty darn far. And so I do not think the pandemic is going to ruin our kids. One exception being those with 504s or IEPs, but let's be honest, I dare you to challenge your child's teacher as to what exactly their IEP says, because too often they have no clue. If they have no clue, don't worry, we're almost done. The second way is full online classes. Now, I am leaning towards full online. Sorry, kids. There's only one problem. I'm having trouble managing 2, okay? This morning, I took a yoga class where I was online 2 other people were online, and then the teacher was in a park somewhere with like 6 other people that I couldn't see in person. It was very confusing. It was very confusing.
Why don't you all just use different devices?
No, we, you know what? Maybe they have fallen behind a little.
I haven't.
Maybe they have fallen behind. The point is, we are expecting our teachers who could barely manage to keep 3rd graders focused for 30 minutes. Lexi, what did you do your last day of school this year? What was the activity that enriched you so greatly?
The science homework?
No, I've passed the science homework.
I literally did nothing for the last
Is it
3
that-
days of school.
Was it the thing I tricked?
Lexi, no. Lexi, well, sort of. So Lexi did a talent show, and the last day of school, which should have been like my last 26 minutes of my child being entertained so I could work, I walked into the room and she was showing a bunch of people how she could hula hoop on her hands. They also had a project on turkey.
No. Each kid, let me tell the
You can
story.
tell this story.
Each kid so we were doing a country research project. Each kid chose a country or
You have to talk a
state.
little louder.
Each kid chose a country or state. And so basically I chose Turkey, right? So we were supposed to choose a way to represent it. At first I was gonna sing a song.
No, at first we were gonna bake something.
Then I decided to sing a song. When I looked up songs, it turns out they were all in Turkey. And I was
They
not
were all in Turkish, go figure. And by the way, she did a report on Turkey and didn't know that the language is Turkish.
No, she didn't.
No, go on.
But basically, I was like, I'm not learning how to speak Turkish. So basically, that and I don't need.
Basically, she's clever and lazy. And so
Basically,
she emailed her teacher.
I said to my teacher, instead of singing a Turkish song, can I sing a song that resembles what the Turkish peeps have been
What the
through?
Turkish people have been through, and how they've stood
They've gone
together through all
tough
this.
times.
It was very convincing. And the teacher agreed. And Lexi, what song did you sing?
Count on Me
By
Bruno Mars.
yeah. Count on Me by Bruno Mars. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And I really could see the knowledge she gained of Turkey through that. So
Beautiful.
yeah, I do have a little bit of hesitancy to this. On one hand, fully online keeps my children alive. On the other hand, she's singing Bruno Mars, and
I did nothing for the last 3 days of school.
he did nothing for 90% of the time, and then the last 2 weeks his dad was on his case every day, and he managed to get a social studies award.
No, I got that on my own.
Okay. Also, one more thing. The 2nd or 3rd week of quarantine, we got an email from the PE. He got an email to PE teacher from the PE teacher's dog, basically saying, "Woof woof, have a great spring break, woof woof." And then 4 or 5 weeks later, the PE teacher is emailing me about the fact that Hunter is not doing his work, and I resisted writing woof woof because no. And the last option we were offered was hybrid. A hybrid is a mixture of 2 different things. One cool hybrid is a zorse, which is a mixture, right, of a zebra and a horse, or a liger, which is
Isn't it
A lion
tie-in?
and a tiger.
there's both. They have both. They have both tie-ins and ligers. And it's something that sounds fascinating in theory and actually looks ridiculous and silly. For example, in our case, there's going to be 2 groups, A and B, and we were warned that depending on the numbers issue, the hybrid groups might also be educated along with the in-person groups. Therefore, that whole, look, we're separating your children thing, no, it's not. So there's no real decisions here. There's no real information. They're putting it on the parents. I love the school. I love the district. I get that, much like no one ever expected the Spanish Inquisition. No one ever expected the pandemic. Oh, wait, we were warned about the pandemic 3 months before, actually. Bummer, I know. China knew. That's why it's called COVID-19, actually, because it was actually discovered in 2019, and yet our quarantine started in
2020.
what month? You should know.
2020.
May. No, April.
No.
Yes.
It's burned into my brain.
It is.
It started in March, the day of my book release.
Oh, yeah.
So
March 16th
it started March 16th. It was 18th. It's a long story. Here's the thing. I don't expect my children to know all the answers to these questions, even the fact or fiction, true or false ones. But if you're going to have an opinion on this, please familiarize yourself with the Constitution. I mean, I can't blame them. You know, technically, she's just starting 3rd grade because 3rd grade didn't exist.
Well, I was gonna skip a grade anyway.
That's true. But now you're holding back, whatever. And I have no idea what grade he's in, frankly. And that's okay, because
Hopefully I'm in 7th.
at one point during quarantine, he and I had a 20-minute argument over how old he was because he forgot how old he was. He did. He was wrong. So guys, we need to start talking about this more. And if you were not smarter than these 2 children, they come from brilliant parents, so I get it. But
From a woman, says the woman who can't do math.
I can't do math, but
Your dad is almost.
Dad can't spell.
He can.
No, he can't spell at all. We all have our
But
strengths.
he's good at taking us for Carvel.
Dad's good at taking them for Carvel.
Oh, but he's really bad at driving. He breaks a ton of laws going down a block.
This is not what we should be talking about here.
Okay then.
He's just kidding. He's just
Don't
kidding.
tell anyone.
Guys, thank you for tuning in to our family episode of Neurotic Nourishment. If you have any more questions, or if you've heard any really good rumors, or if you have conspiracy theorists you'd like to make fun of, you know where to find me. You know where to find us. Happy to mock away. You can find me on Instagram at PsychShrinkMom, on YouTube at Dr. Lindsay Callan Weisner, on Twitter at Lindsay S. Callan, and Neurotic Nourishment is everywhere you listen to podcasts. And my son would like to say to anyone who's not a pedophile out there,
look at my YouTube channel. It's Gleaming Arceus. We do Legos, Nerf, Pokemon, and more.
and he's not supposed to have any followers, so.
No, that's not true. She's crazy and she doesn't understand.
They listen, they know I'm crazy. And with that note,
So subscribe.
Goodbye.
subscribe, like, rate, review, subscribe. Oh, and read my blog on Psychology Today called The Venn Diagram Life because I like it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for
Bye.
listening.